The ferroptosis hype in glaucoma, hope or hype? Imagine reading about a magic pill that could stop glaucoma by blocking a new form of cell death called ferroptosis. Some reports even mention a recent gene finding, Dnajb14, that sounds like a cure in the making. It's a captivating idea. Protect your vision with a supplement. But before you start popping supplements, let's break it down. We'll look at what the science actually says, what's only been shown in lab animals, and what claims are likely misleading or risky. In the end, we'll give you clear takeaways on what really can help your eyesight. What is ferroptosis, anyway? Ferroptosis is not a household word, but it's essentially a newly recognized way cells can die. Unlike typical cell death, like old cells dying normally, ferroptosis is driven by iron and oxidative stress. When tiny cell parts, like membranes, get overloaded with iron and reactive oxygen species, chemicals that cause damage, they literally rust themselves to death. In simple terms, imagine your cells corroding from the inside out. It's been studied in basic science, cells in dishes and animals, and researchers think it might happen in eye diseases. In the context of glaucoma, the cells of concern are retinal ganglion cells, RGCs, the nerve cells in your eye that send visual signals to the brain. These cells die off in glaucoma, which causes gradual vision loss. Scientists have found signs of ferroptosis in animal models of glaucoma. For example, high eye pressure and other distress signals trigger iron release and oxidative stress, which then cause RGC death by ferroptosis. In animal studies, blocking ferroptosis chemically, using experimental drugs like ferrostatin 1, can protect these neurons from dying. These findings suggest the idea is biologically plausible. Oxidative damage and iron overload do seem to be part of glaucoma-related cell death. Yet it's crucial to note, most of this evidence is from lab experiments and animal models, not from people. The human eye is much more complex than an isolated cell or a mouse. So far, we lack clinical trials in humans, proving ferroptosis inhibitors help glaucoma patients. In fact, in glaucoma patients, doctors have observed higher levels of oxidative stress markers, like malondialdehyde, a sign of lipid peroxidation, and lower natural antioxidants, like glutathione. These observations are consistent with ferroptosis happening, but observation is not the same as proof that a supplement can stop it. Supplements and claims, separating plausible from pointless or risky. Because ferroptosis involves free radicals, oxidative stress, and iron, many people jump to the idea of taking antioxidants or iron binders as ferroptosis supplements. You may have seen products or advice suggesting things like melatonin, vitamin E, or herbal extracts to protect your eyes. Here's what we know. Biologically plausible ideas. Antioxidants can neutralize free radicals, and indeed some studies show antioxidant-like substances protect retinal cells in lab tests. For example, the hormone melatonin, also a mild antioxidant, protected retinal ganglion cells in mice under high eye pressure by blocking ferroptosis. Similarly, N-acetylcysteine can boost the cell's own antioxidant glutathione, and in animal studies led to more glutathione in eye cells and less cell death. These are promising signals. In theory, strengthening antioxidant defenses could help. What's only lab evidence? However, both examples above are in animals or cells. Melatonin's effect was in a controlled mouse model, not human glaucoma. NAC showed benefit in reducing macular degeneration risk in a cohort and in animal eyes, but not specifically in glaucoma patients. Animal and cell studies matter. They show a mechanism is possible, but they are not enough to say a human supplement will work. We still need clinical trials in people. Common supplements studied. Some clinical research on vitamins and glaucoma, not specifically ferroptosis, has been done. For instance, vitamins C and A might slightly reduce glaucoma risk in some population studies, but most vitamin trials have not proven meaningful effects. A 2025 review found ginkgo biloba, often touted for eye health, did not significantly improve eye pressure or visual field outcomes in glaucoma patients. Other herbs like green tea or ginkgo sometimes slow progression in small studies, but overall the evidence is weak. The bottom line, no supplements have been proven to prevent or reverse glaucoma. Risky or misleading ideas. Beware of claims that a supplement can cure or reverse glaucoma. The Mayo Clinic, via Augusta Health, clearly states, little evidence supports using eye vitamin supplements for preventing glaucoma or reversing vision loss. Supplements might seem harmless, but without strong evidence, they can give false hope. There's also risk if people think supplements replace standard care. Always continue your prescribed glaucoma treatments, eye drops, or surgery first. Never stop treatments aiming to lower intraocular pressure in favor of unproven pills. Also, key idea: higher dose isn't always better. For example, mice needed very high doses of vitamin B3, nicotinamide, to see a benefit. That doesn't mean popping B3 vitamins will have the same effect in people, and too much B3 can have side effects. Similarly, while antioxidant supplements are generally safe, megadoses could have risks or interfere with other medications, so talk to your doctor. The Mayo Clinic advice is spot on. If you're interested in trying eye vitamins or supplements, discuss the benefits and risks with your eye doctor. What about iron chelators or specialized ferroptosis inhibitors? Some lab drugs, like ferrostatin 1 or leproxatin, can block ferroptosis in cells, but these are experimental chemicals, not available to patients. Any actual iron chelating strategy like prescription deferoxamine would be risky if misused and has not been tested for glaucoma. Right now, they are research tools, not supplements. Don't attempt to chelate iron in your diet or body without medical supervision. The Dnajb14 discovery, a word of caution. You may have heard about Dnajb14, a newly reported gene that supposedly protects against retinal stress. Dnajb14 is a heat shock protein gene, one of the HSP40 family, that helps cells deal with stress. A very recent study found that altering this gene in a lab model affected retinal neuron survival under stress conditions. Some news or blog posts might have sensationalized this as gene therapy for glaucoma arrives, or linked it to supplement claims. Here's what's really happening. Researchers discovered a piece in the complex biology of retinal cell death. In a mouse or cell experiment, they may have turned Dnajb14 on or off and saw differences in how ganglion cells survived. It's an interesting research clue, but it is early-stage science. Plausible element. It's biologically plausible that proteins like Dnajb14, which help cells manage stress, could influence ferroptosis or other cell death pathways. Understanding this gene might eventually lead to new targets. Laboratory evidence only. So far, this discovery is in lab models. No human data exists yet. There is certainly no dietary supplement or pill that can enhance Dnajb14. Any claims that a nutrient will mimic this gene's effect have no proof. Risk of misunderstanding. It would be misleading to take this discovery as proof that some off-the-shelf supplement can give the same benefit. Changing gene activity in people would require advanced therapies, like gene therapy, that are not available for glaucoma. Supplements on store shelves simply can't target a specific human gene arm yet. We often see new genetic findings get hyped. For patients, the key is to recognize the difference between lab research and practical treatments. Just because something is found in a lab does not mean you can buy it as a supplement. The path from gene discovery to an actual drug, if one ever comes, takes many years of trials. Until then, Dnajb14 is an exciting clue for scientists, not a new treatment you can buy. Keep this in mind when you hear headlines saying, "New gene cures glaucoma." It's much too early for that. Practical takeaways for patients. Keep up proven treatments. The only proven way to slow glaucoma right now is lowering your eye pressure with drops, laser, or surgery, and regular eye exams. Supplements should never replace those. No miracle supplement exists yet. Currently, no supplement has strong evidence to prevent glaucoma damage or restore lost vision. Nutrients like vitamin A, C, B complex are healthy, but taking extra pills won't reverse glaucoma. At best, they might support overall health. Antioxidant foods are fine. Eating a balanced diet rich in fruits, vitamin C, leafy greens, some B vitamins, and other antioxidants is good for general health. But remember, pilot studies are not proof. Don't rely on diet alone to protect your eyes. Be skeptical of ferroptosis products. If a product claims it targets ferroptosis to save your vision, ask, where is the human trial? Science hasn't confirmed any such remedy in people. Most so-called eye vitamins, like ginkgo, bilberry, etc., haven't shown clear benefit for glaucoma. Discuss with your doctor. Before starting any new supplement or alternative therapy, have a conversation with your ophthalmologist or eye doctor. They can tell you if something is known to help or might interact with your medications. For instance, some people with high risk of macular degeneration take vitamin C, E, or lutein after doctor's advice, but for glaucoma, the evidence is not there. Conclusion: science is hard and progress is slow. The idea of protecting vision by blocking ferroptosis is exciting and biologically plausible. Research in cells and animals shows it could work. But remember these key points. Lab results are not the same as a proven therapy in humans. Right now, the best strategy is to follow your doctor's advice on glaucoma treatment and enjoy a healthy diet, but not to assume any supplement will stop your vision loss. The new Dnajb14 finding is an interesting research milestone, but it does not translate into a pill you can take. Any strategy to use this knowledge safely must go through proper clinical research and trials. Meanwhile, stay informed by credible sources, eye associations, ophthalmologists, and treat sensational headlines with skepticism. In short, plauditing the science, but don't sign up for snake oil. Keep focusing on what we know works today. Sources: recent reviews and studies on glaucoma, ferroptosis, and supplements, plus expert health advice, Mayo Clinic. All links to sources are available in the text version of this article. You can find the full article at visualfieldtest.com. Thanks for listening. To check your visual field, click the link at the bottom of this article or visit visualfieldtest.com.